In other business news now, National Treasury has been encouraged to turn to small and medium-sized businesses to boost the country's tax base while looking for other revenue sources. However, this will require a policy shift that makes compliance easier for SMMEs. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo has the details.
The South African government raises revenue from several different sources, including from the sale of assets, leasing of land or mines, financial transactions and loans. However, the largest source of state revenue is taxes by individuals, businesses and other tax-liable bodies. While Finance Minister Ntokozo is wooing G20 members from developing nations to invest in the country to stimulate economic growth and therefore revenue, one financial advisor says National Treasury should be focusing on how it spends the money it does have now.
We have a revenue problem in that sense, but then because we have a revenue problem, we have a allocation problem as well, because we don't have enough to allocate to everything. So now the allocation needs to be efficient.
Hiking taxes for the existing tax base will also not yield the results the government is looking for, according to Ariston Global Advisory Services Executive Raindren Moodley, who says there is a market that remains a largely untapped market for government revenue.
Promoting an SME market will increase your tax base. So pro-business will also bring more investment, either from direct foreign investment or from foreign revenues.
However, Tahane warns that government must think deeply about how to go about this.
Yes, the SMEs can contribute, but you also don't want to discourage entrepreneurship in that same breath, right? You could increase personal income tax, but also we have a high unemployment rate, so there's a large population that's not going to participate in that. You could go into corporate income tax, but then even then you run the risk of jobs being cut, because now corporate isn't going to look at it and say, we are going to increase our revenue to afford tax. They might look at it and say, okay, we need to cut costs, and then jobs are on the line, which then contributes again to the high unemployment rates.
Updated policy that speaks to the current SMME landscape will make all the difference, according to Moodley, as it will simplify the compliance requirements for small businesses.
If you take small business corporation, which would have incentivized small businesses, it's limited to a very small niche within that SME space. It's the single shareholder type owner business. But SMEs have evolved since then, and no incentive has sort of been put in place to help with that.
In the 2024 midterm budget review, the government forecast wider budget deficits and higher debt levels over 3 years to 2026. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.